Today I'm going to be showing you how to make this delicious homemade from scratch quiche pie. We're going to get started with the crust, and what we're going to do is we're going to take 2 cups of flour, and then we're going to take 2/3 cup of shortening. You know, the other day I made fried oysters and I didn't have any oil and I used this shortening. It worked so good, and it said right on the thing it was for frying. I had some caffeinated coffee today, so I'm a little more shaky than normal. Sorry. And then a teaspoon of salt. So that is 2 cups flour, 2/3 cup shortening, and a teaspoon of salt. So what you want to do is you want to start cutting that shortening in with your hands. Pie crust is so easy and everybody thinks it's so hard. And it is so easy. I prefer lard, but I'm out of lard, so I'm gonna go ahead and use the shortening. And what you wanna do is just keep crumbling and crumbling and crumbling. See how nice that comes together? And nothing fancy, nothing frozen, nothing pre-refrigerated, just good old shortening from the cupboard. Or lard. Like I said, I do prefer lard, but anyway, that came together pretty fast. See how nice and crumbly that is? Then what you want to do is you want to add a little bit of water. I always do it like on 3 sides. I'm going to do it till it comes together. It's better to have it a little too wet than not wet enough, because it will not come together for you. And it's still fighting me a little bit, so I'm going to just add a splash more. All right. See how nice that comes together? Yeah, I'm going to do a little splash more. You want it to go into a ball easily. You don't want to overwork it either, because if you overwork it, it's going to be tough crust. All right, look at that nice crust. I hope you young gals or old gals or whatever, or young men or old men, see how easy crust is. There's nothing to it. I'm going to use this same bowl for my eggs, so anyway, then what you want to do is you want to put some flour on your board, like so. Then you want to put a little bit of flour on your rolling pin. Turn it over. It makes such a nice crust, and there's nothing better than homemade pie crust. You don't want the bought stuff. It just tastes like cardboard to me, but don't be intimidated by crust. It is not, there is really nothing to it. I got all my stuff here for my pie. This is going to be kind of like a Western omelet. Just an easy quiche. I made a video on what to do with how to make 10 meals out of 1 ham. And this is one of those meals that I'm making out of the ham. Let's see. Yeah, we got it just about right. Okay. Then what you want to do is you take your pie plate, fold your crust in half and then in a quarter, and get your flour out of the way if you can. I put too much flour, that was a waste, but anyway, then you lay it in your pie crust, in your plate like this, and then you flip it over. See, it's about that thickness. And just kind of fit it all in where you want it to be. You know what? I'm going to use a bigger pie plate. I'm going to use a bigger pie plate. Make a bigger quiche. Why not? Okay. I made a lot of crust here. I don't want to waste it. All right. Look at how easy that is. Don't be afraid to make homemade crust. And just kind of shift it around where you want it to be. And then if you get some extra, you want to just pull it off, set it off to the side. You can make cinnamon and sugar crust for the kids, and they love it. You just bake it on 400 for 10 minutes. You just sprinkle it with cinnamon and sugar, and that's it. Then you start rolling it up. Like I said, I had caffeine coffee this morning. I'm sorry. You people with the steady hands, you're very, very lucky. But I'm almost 69 years old, and I inherited it from both my parents. What are you going to do? And wherever it's missing, just add a little bit from what you pulled off. And I've done apple pie, and I did my last quiche. Oh my gosh. I was taking it out of the oven and it all fell into the oven. You'll have to watch that one. You won't believe it. That was my other quiche recipe. Oh my gosh, what a disaster. And I only ended up with one piece that was decent. But anyway, all right. Then, and you don't want to overwork the crust. Okay, and you just kind of press it in to the pie plate so it strengthens it without keep working it. Then just take your 3 fingers, go all the way around like so. Easy peasy, nothing to it. And you want to make sure the pie crust is all within the plate so when the heat comes up, it doesn't catch the edge of your crust and burn it. You guys can do this. There is nothing to pie crust. I've done this for so many years, and I just want to teach you guys how easy it is. And there's nothing better than a homemade crust. Then just kind of blow the little crumples out. Okay, I'm going to set that off to the side. Set my crust off to the side. I might bake that and show you guys how to make that. How to make that baked crust. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 6 eggs. I'll get back when I get these all cracked. Okay, I've got my 6 eggs cracked. Now I'm going to add like 3/4 teaspoon, maybe a 1/2 teaspoon because it is ham. And then I am going to I've got this chili pepper, kind of like a cayenne pepper. I'm just going to put just a pinch of it in there, just for a little zip. Just a little tiny bit. Maybe a 1/4 teaspoon. Okay. And then I'm going to add 3/4 cup of milk. Okay. Take that off to the side. And just whisk that really, really good. I try to buy the free-range eggs. Oh, and I forgot pepper. I'm going to add just like a 1/8 teaspoon of pepper too. Okay, I'll set that off to the side. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to cut up my stuff for my pie. Okay, got my ham that I had frozen. You'll have to watch that video. What you can do with one ham. Pretty amazing. Without cooking it or anything. So I'm gonna cut this up. This was a sliced spiral cut ham. I'd say this is probably 1.5 cups of ham. I'm making a big pie though, so you can judge it any way you want. And I'm not worried too much about the fat unless it's a big piece, because the fat does add flavor, believe it or not. All right, so I'm gonna put that in my pie shell. Like so. Spread that around. I hope I have better luck with this one than my last quiche. Then I'm going to take kind of a medium onion. Like I said, this is going to be kind of like a Western omelet. I was just in the mood. I don't know if I'm going to use all that. Ah, what the heck. Okay, and then just kind of break it all up. Put that in there. Kind of make sure you get it even. And then I've got a green pepper that I had frozen, believe it or not. Somebody gave me a bunch of green peppers from their garden, and I knew I couldn't use them all, so I froze it. And look at how good it is. There's not a thing wrong with it. It's a little wet, so I am gonna put it on paper towel before I put it in the quiche. But when you put green pepper in something, it makes it look pretty, you know? So I'm gonna put that on there. Dry it off a little bit. Okay. Put that in there. Kind of spread that around. Then I am going to shred some Swiss cheese that I've got. When I get that shredded, I'll get back with you. Okay, I've got probably 2 cups of, maybe more. We'll see what we got here. All right, then you just want to spread it all around. Yeah, this is definitely 2 cups of cheese. Okay, and now what you want to do is take your eggs, pour it right over there, just like that. And I am going to get every bit of that out of there. Okay, and then what you want to do is kind of push it all down and make the eggs kind of come up to the top. So everything's covered in egg. And I am going to put this in a 375 oven for about 35 to 40 minutes. And I'll show you what we got. Okay, it's coming out of the oven. Oh, it looks delicious. Okay, I had that in there for 40 minutes on 375, and see how it's puffed up? That's what you want. And now I'm gonna let it rest. And I wanted to show you, I'm going to bake my crust for the kids. I wish I had my little kids again. I'm gonna bake that on 400 for 10 minutes, and we're gonna let this rest and cut it, and it's gonna be delicious. I also wanted to show you my pretty cinnamon and sugar crust for the kids. 400 for 10 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna cut this beautiful pie. Oh, it smells so good. Oh my gosh, it smells so yummy. Okay, here we go. Look at this beautiful, beautiful Western omelet quiche. Doesn't get any better than that. My mouth is watering. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. And remember, there's nothing you can't do, including making quiche, if you put your mind to it. And love the Lord with all your heart. Bye now.